Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop the chitter-chatter and get ready for what matters. You know, it's Tuesday Night Fight Talk. My name is Jaya McClain. I'm a former two-time Cruiserweight champion of the world, and I'm your host, and this is my show. Now let's go!
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Tuesday Night Fight Talk, and my guest this week is none other than the Galaxy Warrior, Nate Campbell. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Let's hear it from my man, Nate Campbell. What's up, champ?
What's going on, bro?
You know, we just trying to stay out the way and talk some good boxing talk.
That is, stay out the way, boy. Isn't that something that folk in their 40s say? We really do say that. We just trying to stay out the way, baby. Stay out the way.
Well, man, and I swear by it.
Boy, look, you're gonna keep you alive and free.
Exactly. Rona free.
I don't know about that. I ain't worried about the Rona. I'm that other guy. You ain't finna get me with that. I need somebody more than grandmama and them to die with it. I'm just being real. I'm being real, bro. I mean, hey, I got a whole stand up about that. I'm gonna tell you right now. If anybody tell this joke, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Just so you know, I am sick and tired of them telling me, because I'm in Jacksonville. At one point, we had 9 people die from corona. 82 to 89, 82 to 88.
Right.
82 to 91. 82 to 91. They didn't die from corona. They died from old. And that's all I'm gonna say. You ain't finna get me with that.
What they got from?
Oh, they got old. O-L-E, nigga, old.
O-L-E even.
O-L-E, nigga, old. Hey, that's how we say it in the South, man. You don't know about to say old. We don't say it. We leave out letters and put other stuff in. Come on, man. Your grandma was 82. Your granddaddy was 89 or 90, and they died. Stop. They was living on somebody else's time anyway.
But look, man, this is where legends come to talk boxing, man. So come
on, man. Let's do that.
Talk to me, baby. What's happening, man? First of all,
man, man, you know I love you, man. You know I love your old school. You're old school G to me. So whatever you want to talk about, let's do it.
I mean, you know, basically, man, I like to bring legends on like yourself, cats that really been in the trenches. Man, you know, of course, whenever I bring a guest on here, I mean, you know, I know you well and everything, and we were tight and all that, but I still got to do my research, you know. And so when I look back at your career, man, you done had everything that happens in the fight game has happened. I'm talking about you had everything, dog. Like, okay, so some fighters might have lost their title on the scale. Some fighters may have lost a decision that everyone knows that they didn't lose. Some fighters may have gotten a headbutt and then they had to get cut, and I mean they got cut and had the fight stop. I mean, you all these is on your checklist.
Yeah, I think I feel like my mom. My mom said you aim to do everything, eh? I say yes, ma'am. I think I am. I aim to do everything. Since I started so late, I figured I try everything once. See how I like it.
So how old were you? How old were you when you started boxing?
I learned how to box when I was 5, but I didn't practice or compete because I learned to play basketball the same week. And they had a basketball team in the neighborhood. So there were basketball courts and teams in the neighborhood so I could play basketball, but there were no boxing coaches. Right. And so I would bounce in and slap box at the house. My uncle, who was a boxing fan, would say, "Boy, show me that jab, and you got long arms, you got to use them." So I knew the fundamentals of boxing at 5. But I didn't compete till I was 24.
Geez, 24.
I was 24 when I went to the gym. 25 when I had my first fight, and I just never stopped, man. I just never stopped.
So how many amateur fights did you have?
I had 30 wins and 6 losses.
And then you went ahead and turned pro that quick.
Well, you got to realize something. For me, I was 25 when I started, so when I didn't make the Olympic trial, I was Olympic alternate. I was one of the alternates, but I didn't expect for them to call me to fight for the Olympic team, and they did. But I had already went pro.
Yeah, nah, you definitely had to go at that point. Yeah,
Right.
boxing is
I
a
had
young
to go.
man sport, so it's a young man sport for sure.
I don't know if it's a young man sport because these young men damn sure ain't doing it right. Damn, they getting away with some shit I ain't never seen.
Well, in our time, it was a young man sport.
Bro, it is so watered down. It is so internet based. If you go on the internet and talk long enough and loud enough and say it enough, folk will believe it. I was coming up, you had to actually fight somebody before you could become champion.
Yeah, and then the cold part was back when we was fighting, most of the dudes that didn't have no heart got ran off at the gym.
Whoa, boy, look here, look here. I know of many guys. I look back at some photos the other day. I know of many guys that had heart but no real skill that ran the guy off with skill and no heart every chance.
Yep. You have cats to jump around to every gym trying to act like they somebody, but they keep getting whooped.
Yep. Look, there was once a time I can tell you right now. You couldn't come to our gym unless you was ready. They called our gym Baghdad.
Yeah.
They said, man, you didn't say, man, them jokers over there shooting. And we was all amateurs. Wasn't a pro in the building at the time. But we was out to get you, man. So pros wouldn't even come to our gym.
Hey, man, that's how you learn. That's how you come up. That's the culture, man. That's boxing, man. Like,
but that ain't what it is no more, though.
Nah. It's about remaining undefeated.
Look,
and how
I was so
likes
afraid.
You got? How many Instagram likes and YouTube followers you got?
Oh, God. Dude, I remember growing up in the sport of boxing, I was so afraid to lose. I never forget when the first time I caught a loss, it affected me in such a way because I was so afraid. And I never forget one of the trainers told me, said, it didn't kill you, did it? I said, no, sir. He said, if it didn't kill, his name was Doc Williams. He said, it didn't kill you, did it? I said, no, sir. He said, I lost Archie Moore 3 times. It ain't killed me any time.
Yeah.
I said, 3 times, Doc? I said, you lost to him 3 times? He said, yep, I lost to him 3 times. I said, did you at least scratch that motherfucker one time? My exact words. He said, I knocked him down 1 time. I said, and what happened? Shit, he got up.
Hey, man, that's the mongoose, man.
Hey, I'm just saying. He said even Charlie Burley had losses. And Doc beat Charlie Burley.
Yeah.
So it like on any given night, a great fighter fights great fighters gonna take a loss. He said, but I'm watching a shift right now. He said, I'm watching guys pick and choose what they want.
Yeah.
He said, but in the real game of boxing, you don't get to pick your poison.
I really believe Sugar Ray Leonard put the blueprint out.
Yes, he did, because he stayed away from Aaron Pryor.
He stayed away from Aaron Pryor and Mike McCallum.
Whoa! Let me tell you something. Every time somebody talked to me about Mike McCallum, I say, call Yaya. If you think, call Yaya. I said, I'm not going to ever say nothing about it. I said, I don't have a story about Mike McCallum. Yaya got one. He said, what happened? I said, you got to ask Yaya. Ask Yaya.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, that's the only dude that made me take a sparring session like a fight.
He said Mike McCallum the only dude made him take sparring session like a fight. He said, I never get you told you said you didn't run that morning.
Yeah. I didn't run. I didn't hang out that night. I ain't mess with no girls. I said, man, I'm going to the gym in the morning. I'm going to give this dude the best 4 rounds of my life.
He said the best 4 rounds of your life.
I'm going to give him the best 4.
And you was fighting, what weight were you fighting at that time? Because he was fighting at 160, 154, 160?
Yeah, I was probably 68 at the time.
You were 68, you were 168.
And so I was still amateur.
Right. Oh, you still amateur. Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah, I was still amateur. So I said, I'm going to give him the best 4 rounds
of my life.
And I did that. And then I went for the okie doke. You had Panama Lewis. You had Mustafa Muhammad. And
nobody cared about you.
You had somebody else in there. And they said, 1 more round.
1 more round.
My dumb butt.
Oh, Lord.
Went 1 more round.
They say it was a bad day at the show. But you don't remember it. So
nah, because the next thing I know, I was talking to Jeff Mayweather. I was jumping rope next to Jeff Mayweather. I said, "Hey Jeff, how I get on the jump rope?"
I'm gonna ask Jeff Mayweather when I see him. I'm gonna talk to because I saw Jeff the other week. I'm gonna say, Jeff, you was there when Yaya McClain got knocked out, got caught by Mike McCallum. Cause you know Mike McCallum was one of my favorite fighters. I stole his whole body attack. I stole the whole thing. I didn't steal one thing. I just watched his whole body attack and said, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that. Oh, I gotta do that. I gotta try. Oh yeah, that is. I just thought that man was the most. He was the most vicious body punch I ever saw in my life.
That's why he's the body snatcher.
Yeah, and I never forget when I stopped the guy on TV. I stopped. I was training with Buddy McGirt. It was our first fight. It was our first major fight together, and I stopped a kid named Carlos Navarro.
Oh yeah, Carlos from Atlanta.
Right, Carlos Navarro.
From LA.
Right, because he got his brother's Jose Navarro.
Right.
And his brother was in my cycle. Yeah. And I stopped Carlos Navarro with a left hook to the body in the 5th round. And I never forget, I've been wearing that body out. Mike McCallum called me, and I had never talked to Mike McCallum on the phone. But he said, hello, Mike, speak to Nick Campbell. I'm like, hello? He's like, how are you doing? He says, this Nick Campbell? I said, yes, this is Nick Campbell. He said, this is Mike McCallum. I said, oh my God, the body snatcher. I was groupie-ish on the phone, bro. I was groupie-ish. I was like, oh my God. Hey, I clutched my pearls. Oh God. I was groupie. Hey, I was groupie-ish on the phone, man. He said, you are the next coming of the body snatcher, young man. I said, oh, thank you so much, sir. I said, I studied all your stuff. I went to rambling on. I studied all your stuff. I think you're the awesomest body punch ever. You're just the greatest. I'm like, I kept talking and said, I'm sorry, sir. Is there anything else you want to say? He was the dude, man. But you know what? Of all the fighters I ever watched in my life, if it wasn't for this one fight, I would have quit boxing the amateur.
Who that?
For my first national pal, I fought Jason Ingwalson, who's out of Vegas, in Henderson, Nevada. Mm-hmm. And they robbed me. I beat him and they robbed me. And everybody knew they robbed me. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm through. I said, if I can't get a win, when I win like this, then I just can't. I can't do it. And out of nowhere, I heard a guy behind me say, hey, that boy that can fight. That boy fight just like me. And when he said it, I looked over my shoulder and I almost fainted. It was the only man in boxing. I didn't want to be like this man. I wanted to go to sleep and wake up and be this man.
Who?
It was Aaron Pryor.
Oh, yeah.
He said, when he told me, you fight like me, I would never quit. To this day, I'm thinking about making a comeback right now. I think I'm making a comeback right now. Hey, I loved Aaron Pryor. I thought Aaron Pryor was due. I thought that when God made Aaron Pryor, he must have been drinking and added extra everything.
Let me tell you.
Dude, he was so good to me, man. And when I say this kind of stuff on stage, I'm in the comedy club. But they gotta laugh because you gotta think about it. God was drunk and he added extra stuff. That's a good joke.
Hey man, you stupid, man. Hey, but listen, the first real sparring match I saw was Howard Davis Jr. and Aaron Pryor.
Oh wow, what was that? Howard Davis Jr. Oh, what a pretty boxer,
man.
Couldn't crack it. And I love Howard Davis. Me and his son are like brothers. Dyer Davis. Yeah. And I'd say, boy, your daddy could box. He said, yeah, but he couldn't punch like you. I said, but I can't box like him.
Right.
God Almighty couldn't box.
Right. That man was fast. His father was my first trainer. And
was he?
Yeah, his father was my first trainer. That's why I lived and died with him.
Did he have that perm pulled straight back then, or he had got it cut?
Hey, I tell you what he had was a brown Mercedes that I would never forget. Because let me tell you why. I had a fight. When I moved to that high school area, the first day of school, I had a fight. My high school went from 7th grade to 12th grade. I had a fight with a junior. Big old tall dude. And I whooped him. after school, I don't know nobody in that neighborhood. All them dudes was coming to jump me and my brother. And Howard Davis' his father used to come pick me up for the gym. He's come to my house and pick me up, but this is the first day of school, so he's coming to school to get me. So he came and I seen that Mercedes. I said, "Whoo, let's run." I said, "Whoo, whoa."
I guess you will remember that car, but that was salvation.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I remember coming up in boxing and watching. I would always watch the guys off that weren't on TV.
Right.
And I remember watching you fight. I forget who it was. I watched you fight. And he was so smooth. I was like, God dang, that cat's smooth for a big dude. And I always said big dudes ain't smooth. There was only one other guy that I knew was as smooth that was smooth as, if not smoother than you, named Tommy Too Quick Richardson.
Tommy Richardson.
Boy, Tommy Too Quick. I was 17 in the gym.
Tommy Richardson from Florida?
Yeah, from Jacksonville, Florida. I watched Tommy Too Quick Richardson in the gym one day, and I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I knew at that moment I wanted to be smooth.
Well, let me tell you something.
But I'm telling you,
Tommy wasn't quick enough.
He wasn't. But
let me tell you why. Man, we went down to fight Tommy, and I didn't know who he was. And I went into my, back in the day, we stayed in them little motels, and they had the little TV on the stand, and the TV guide on top of the TV. Tommy's picture was on the TV guide, cut up like it was scissor hands.
And that was the thing. Tommy Too Quick Richardson never was out of shape. To this day, even with bad knees, Tommy still got. You can like that old dude. That was ripped in his day.
Man, I'm telling you, when I saw this, and my manager told me we gonna go down here. We got a little easy fight, little something, little stay busy fight. I said, what? When I saw this, because I didn't know who he was. When I saw that picture, I grabbed that TV guy and went next door to his room and banged on his door. Like, yo, man, what you doing? I thought you said this was an easy fight.
Oh, God.
And, man, let me tell you, I prayed and I prayed. And I said, I remember the prayer. I said, oh, Allah, please let me knock this man out with one punch.
Otherwise.
And, man, the bell rang.
You called it.
First round. Wow. It was over.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said you and Tommy Too Quick were the smoothest two guys I ever saw. And you got to remember, Tommy was my guy.
Yeah.
Tommy, as a matter of fact, to this day, Tommy Richardson, he remembers what I told him. I was 17 years old. I said, I want to be just like you, man. I want to box just like you. He said, nah, man, you got to promise you're going to do it better. That was, and every time, the only two people I ever told I wanted to be like them was my father and Tommy Richardson.
Yeah.
And both of them told me the same thing.
Yeah.
And I swear to goodness, man, I can't make it up.
So how Tommy doing?
He's doing good, man. He's written a couple books. Okay. And Tommy was training a couple of guys. I haven't seen him in a while, but coming up in Jacksonville, boxing is such a small family.
Right.
If you know one guy, you basically know every guy.
Right.
And back when we was coming up. But in my day, when I came along in the era what's considered the golden era of boxing for Florida.
Right.
Roy Jones, Vince Phillips, Derek Gainer, myself, Tarver, Glenn Johnson lived here, Randall Bailey. Dude, you had I got a list of them. You had boxing was David Santos, who didn't win a title, but who was solid.
Yep.
You just had guy after guy. You couldn't come to Florida to get no easy win when I came along. We were the easy era. You know what I'm saying? We ended that. You came to Florida, guys like, ugh, they didn't want to come to Florida and fight Florida fighters.
Yeah, yeah.
You came along in the easy era. That's all. You just called Tommy. Tommy was sick, had the flu.
Hey man, so you turn pro and you run off 23 straight wins.
Yeah, I did.
Then you run into the Cuban.
Yeah, I fought everybody they told me I had to fight. There was no. Yeah. You know what? I want to say my 11th fight. I fought a guy 0-9. I never forget it. Everybody pulled out. they were offering these guys. They was paying me $35, $4,500 back then. That was big money.
Right.
And there was to fight me at home, and but they were offering guys like $10,000 to fight me. And there was one guy. His exact words was, "You can't pull me in the car." You can't. He said it in Spanish. You can't pull me in the car to go fight him.
Yeah.
And that was the day of the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So the day of the weigh-in, I'll never forget. They called a guy named Porter Roll. I don't know if he's still around. And Porter Roll was known to get you a fighter.
Get you a fighter, right?
But he called. He said, he called Porter. Porter said, "Who you want to fight?" He said, "I want to fight Nate Campbell." "Oh, that boy. Oh, man, no, you got to pay for that one. I saw him fight some fights back. I got to pay for that one." Yeah. He got all knockouts but one. He knew my record. I watched. No, you got to pay for that one. So Porter Roll bought me a guy named Keith Major. Keith Major was 0-9, but when he showed up to the weigh-in, he had that my cousin who was with me, cousin Dooley, did time in prison. He said, "That nigga done prison time." I never get it. I said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Look at his head. He got the magic shade bald head." I say, "What?" He said, "You ain't never done no time, but he got the magic shade bald head."
Oh, man, y'all crazy.
He shaved the top of his head magic shade. So, come to find out, the boy had just came home from prison about 5 months before. And when he stood up on the stage, he was visibly bigger up top. He had the prison weight. All upper part.
He had no legs. Right.
No legs. Standing on stilts. So when I came up and when I came into the came in and weighed in, I'm like, that's a big old guy. I never get Pete Fernandez say, "Oh, you're gonna knock him out quick. It's gonna be easy work." I'm like, ain't no easy work in Florida. And that's why I just laugh about it, man. There was guys like that built my record that I had to get in as a last resort, even though I really didn't want to fight him. But they would always stick me in with guys like 18-1-1, 7-0, 5-0. So my first 5 fights, I fought 250 guys. I fought a 7-0 guy with 5 knockouts my 4th fight. I fought a 5-0 guy in my 5th fight. And so I understood that I was gonna have to do that. So I fought anybody they told me to fight.
Right. Yeah, that's how it was. Unless you was on that A side and had all the glitz and glamour behind you.
Zab Judy Daddy didn't tell you the best story about me. He said he remember coming to a fight in Navy. So I was in there wrapping my own hands, and I wrapped my own hands. He said, "Who is this kid?" He said, "Man, this kid by himself. I came and started wrapping my hand." So he said, and I was in the loser corner.
Yeah.
I was in the opponent's corner.
Right.
He said, "Nate, what it was like?" I said, "Boy, let me tell y'all something. It's an ugly thing, boy, to be in that corner with everybody, the first fight, come on, you know how they do it. First fight, they go to clapping. They be in the back, hey, clapping. Then, yeah. You go out by 5-6 minutes later, they come back and say, what happened? I got caught with a body shot. Next fight. Hey. By 10 minutes later, say, what happened? I got hit with a right hand. By 3-4 fights in, you realize, hey, everybody lost in this corner. Everybody knew the blue corner back then. The blue corner was the loser corner back then.
Right.
Say, everybody in the blue corner done lost. I say, if you don't believe in yourself, woo, that's a hard one now, but Jay. And one guy like, why you talk about yourself like that? I said, dude, every day of my life, I'm in the blue corner.
That's right.
I'm in the blue corner, man. I was in the blue corner so much that I never stopped to think about it. I didn't, when I finally did get in the red corner, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. And
so
for me, I came up, even Roy Jones Sr., his daddy said, Roy Jones Jr., Big Roy said, that boy came up the hard way.
Yeah.
That boy, he said, you know how they talk, that boy come up. He said, that boy come up the hard way. You know,
anybody that was fighting down there in Biloxi came up the hard way.
And I fought them multiple times.
I fought there multiple times.
On
the B side.
At the Grand Casino, baby. At the Casino Grand. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, boy, look here. I watched Ramon Garbe come in and knock Ezra Sellers out at that casino.
What?
I'm like, Yes, one shot, first round, fight over.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I've been there, bro. I'm like, ooh, ugh. Dude, I fought my
Hey.
7th fight, got cut over the eye with a headbutt, and was begging him not to stop the fight.
Hey, you said Ramon Garbe and Ezra Sellers.
Yep, walked in, Ramon walked in and stopped.
So, you remember on pay-per-view when I fought Ezra Sellers?
Now, I don't remember that, John. I don't want to talk about that.
Hey, man, I broke my ankle. The man didn't hit me.
Okay. Hey, we've been fighting over this for 20 years.
Hey, but here's the cold part. The Ramon Garbe was my last fight.
Was it?
Yeah. So this when I was dating Layla, and she was getting ready to have her first pro fight soon. And we was down in Miami. Freddie Roach was training me, and I was in great shape. I was ready to kill this dude. But I was also acting, and I had an audition on Monday.
Oh, wow.
So the first round, he came out and threw a hook.
And cut you.
And I slipped it. And when I slipped the hook, it said, if I catch him, I'll kill you, motherfucker. That's what it sounded like the hook said.
He said the hook said, if I catch him, I'll kill you, motherfucker. Hey, and that's the same shot he hit Ezra would. Hit him with a hook.
And from there on, I went to the corner. I told Freddie, just give me some water. I'm retiring. I don't have to do this no more. I said, I made up my mind right then. I'm retiring. I said, he ain't going to hit me. He ain't going to hit me. We're going to finish the fight, and I'm retiring.
That fight was on TV.
Probably, yeah. Because it was
a
10 round.
Yeah.
10, yeah.
And you did. I never get the last time you spent away from it and walked to your corner.
Yeah. Like, this over. I'm good.
Bro, let me tell you something. Do you know who the best amateur fighter in the history of Cuba, the best amateur fighter in the history of Cuba is to come to America and become pro?
To come to America and turn pro?
Yeah.
Joao Casamelo?
He's the best one to come and become champion. Ramon Garbe is the best one to ever come and become pro.
Oh.
Ramon Garbe fought in every weight class, from the lowest weight class as an amateur to the highest weight class as a pros.
Yeah.
Ramon Garbe was the best. That's why Ramon and Casamayo were so close. They had fought together their whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, I ain't getting ready to get hit. I got an audition. Layla getting ready to turn pro. I ain't got to do this no more.
There you go. You know Ramon Garbe. They say they did a story on Ramon Garbe. I never forgot watching. I think he won over 100 to 200 trophies or something. They have it back in Cuba. He's the most decorated Cuban amateur outside of a gold medal ever. Yeah,
they said he had over 200 amateur fights.
Yeah, easy. They say he was the dude that even Felix Savon would look at and say he can fight. He was that good. He was that good. And when you fought with you fought some killers, man. God damn. I can't make it up. I say I always would joke. They're like, why you like Yaya so much? I'm like, dude, Yaya like me. We had to fight. Wasn't nobody giving us nothing. Right. So I always respected that you had to fight. Yeah. So for me, it's kind of hard for me to see these guys get world championship belts and they never fought nobody for the belt.
Right. Yeah.
For me, you had to fight. I feel like you had to go be put in harm's way. Really put in harm's way to be champion. Otherwise, you're not.
And then you fought everybody.
You know, Roy called me one night on Roy called me one night. He was on the air in between fights. He said, "Nigga, I didn't know you fought such so and so." Yeah, I fought him. He said, "God damn it, who is you fought?" I said, "You." He said, "Yeah, you're right. You fought me." I said, "I ain't fought you." I said, "But everybody else, I had to fight."
So, what was the I guess it's the toughest fight. Which one was the toughest fight?
Father Time. Father Time. That motherfucker don't play, do it?
Not at all. Still undefeated. Still undefeated.
And he catches all. He walks slow in most cases.
Yeah.
My on a light trot. I'm just telling you, because I was older than everybody else, so he was chasing me a lot harder. But you know, I feel like Father Time didn't ravage me. I had an injury. What was my hardest fight was every fight was hard because I had a pinched nerve in my lower back, and I didn't know it. But I just thought that I thought I would tweak it when I ran, and I would just ice it and get over it. But as time went on, it just the sciatic nerve got worse and worse and worse. Right. And I had what's called piriformis syndrome. So for me, the hardest opponent I ever had was it was truly my body, because there really was nobody that was so bad. I take that back. I'm gonna tell you, I take that back.
I'm about to say.
I had a tough fight with a guy named Angel Rios, my 10th fight. He took me the distance. My smartest opponent was a guy named Pops Figueroa out of New York. He was 40. He was 5-45.
Oh yeah, them right there always gonna.
Oh my God!
Because the only way you get to be 5-45 is you not getting stopped.
No, look him up, Pop Figueroa. Look at my record, dude. This dude could fight, and he became my sparring partner. He's one of my closest friends, like a brother to me to this day. But he made me learn. He made me learn on the job.
But we gotta address the elephant in the room.
Come on.
You know it got to be the Robbie P.
You know what? And I tell people about this, and I finally spoke out about this last year. I had been blacking out for weeks and weeks, and take that back, months, trying to make 130. I couldn't make 130 no more, but nobody would let me go up, and I would black out. There's a sparring session of me and Ben Dunn. I'm trying to get my hands on, and you can see me black out and sparring with Ben Dunn.
And why you keep going with it?
Mother, do you know how much money they paid me?
Paper, right?
I had 3 kids and child support. What is you talking about?
Yeah. I
got a check if nothing else. My daughter's got to eat. You know, that's the whole reason I fought. And when I lost to him the first time, I couldn't make the weight, but I made it. And people said, "Oh, you was showboating." I didn't showboat like that. That wasn't why I showboated.
Winning the fight, and then drop your hands and was showboating. That's what
I never forget what I thought that night. I said, "Why are my hands down? He finna hit me." I was saying that to myself, and I wouldn't black out like fall over, but I'm like, like totally wouldn't remember what I was doing or where I was. And when he hit me, actually I came to. I never forget saying,
"No, you went out."
No, I wasn't knocked out. I'm gonna tell you what I remember. When he hit me, I said, "Shit, 4, 3, 4." I said, "Shit, somebody down." Oh, fuck, it's me. And I rushed to get up. But I was never I never lost consciousness like, oh, I'm out. They counting, I'm rolling on the floor. Wasn't what happened. Because when we fought the second time, the second fight was a good fight. Dude, they stopped that fight. That was BS. That fight was BS. I'm gonna tell you something. To this day, one of the guys who was the judges said that was wrong. To this day, he says that was wrong. Yeah, even when they stopped that fight, you was still in the fight. You was swinging, and you was. And they took 2 points from me for hitting him low, and I never hit him low. Yeah. And guess what? I was losing the fight by. What? 2 points. Yeah. 2 points with 4 rounds. 2 points with 4 rounds to go, and I was coming on. John tried to stop the fight before that round. I said, JD. I said, Coach, he can't. I said, all his head butts don't hurt. That doesn't stop hurting. My face is numb. Yeah. I don't even feel that no more. I said, I'm getting this ass. He can't win this fight. I'm gonna get him. Yeah. And the referee kept trying to stop the fight. They stopped it on cuts. Yeah. And he was cut up. He was cut up, busted up, bleeding out of everywhere. Yeah, because he kept butting me in the face. Right. And me and Robbie are the best of friends now. Yeah. We're the best of friends. I'm talking about that's my brother from another mother. We went through the ring together. I joked with him. I said, "Why you won't come up and fight me at lightweight? Why you wouldn't come up and fight me at lightweight?" He said, "Fucker, every time you ever fought me, you hurt me." He said, and I knew that if you could hurt me and you couldn't make the weight, there was no way I was gonna let you hit me and you could make the weight. Right. There was no way I was doing that. He said, yeah. I'm good. He said, I'll take my wins and my title and I'll go home. I said, I hate you, man. Hey, man, but that's boxing, man. Boxing, it's a brotherhood, man. Once you have a fight and you square that what was it? 9:47. He was 9. He just told my boy he was 9:47 and 5. Oh wow. 9:47 and 5. Yeah, them kind of cats right there. You're gonna fight for. I fought a dude, little short dude, legs. His arms was bigger than my legs. His arms were bigger than your legs, but no legs. No, he had legs too. Little short, big, thick legs. Like what was Antonio's mill?
You fought him twice.
I fought a guy named Antonio. You just tell me I fought a guy named Antonio Smith who was 7-23.
Yeah.
And I stopped him. I had to stop him the first time to get on TV, so I stopped him right away.
Yeah.
I hit him with a quick, fast, hard left hook. Wham! Got him out of there. The next, he had told everybody, oh, he got lucky. So the next time I fought him, I was real sadistic. Real sadistic. But, you know, I'm thinking about something. I know the hardest ever been hit. I can tell you the hardest ever been hit.
Who was that?
It wasn't Robbie P and people. I said, because I don't remember that. The hardest I ever been hit was a guy in a fight, was a guy named Ali Funica.
Oh, Ali Funica.
Ali
The tall dude.
That joker hit me. He hit me so hard. You know how your mouthpiece has that air bubble that holds it in your mouth?
Popped
I heard it pop in there. I heard it pop in the ear. I never forget. I said, damn, he broke my jaw. Hit me with a left hook, too. And hit me. I never get going to the corner and had my mouthpiece in my hand. I told John David, I said, whoa! This motherfucker can punch. Y'all saw him hit me back there? I said, whoa. John said, where your mouthpiece? I said, him. Open your hand. And gave him the mouthpiece. John said, what happened? I said, oh, my God, he broke my jaw. John said, no, he didn't. He didn't break it. I said, whew. Jimmy, I said, good, because I thought he broke it, because he hit me and the mouthpiece came loose. He said, huh? I said, yeah. Jimmy said, you got to do something, baby. What you going to do? I said,
Jimmy Wardrop.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, baby, look here, baby. I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to have to get busy doing something. You know how we do. We got to get in this grits. And stay there, baby. Stay there right on top of it. I never forget I told him, I said, I'm going to suck his titty. When I was saying that to Jimmy, he said, oh, he going to go inside and fight him in the club.
He's going to stay right there.
Stay right there on top of him, baby. Right there on top of him.
But even with that fight, you had to give up your belt.
I did.
And so you won the fight. You got cracked, came back and won that fight, and still didn't get the title.
You know what? I wasn't finna go back to that weight. I went down to 137 and fought a guy named Terry Flanagan, and they beat me at the scale with that one. I couldn't do nothing at the scale. I got the 137, which was a half pound lighter than what I lost the title at on the scale. And I thought I could make this 137, it'll be okay. Bro, for me, the doctor once told me that I had a lower gestation weight than most guys. Somebody said that for me, it was a matter of pounds with me because I was so big physically, but I can make such low weights. Mm. A lot of people didn't realize that I was 5'7", had 72-inch reach, and that I made such low weights. I was fighting at 126 at one point, but I could make that weight back, 128. I could make 128, 126 back then. But as I got older, my bones got denser. I put on weight through the shoulders. I got big. I physically grew as a man. I was a grown man, 37 years old, trying to make these weights, and my body wouldn't do it. My body just wouldn't do it. Right. So it was a blessing and a curse for me. Yeah. But like I told people, I said I took that, and somebody like, why you didn't never say nothing about the Robert P. fight? I said, first of all, dummy, I'm a businessman. If I'd have told them that I was blacking out in fights, they'd have made me take all them expensive brain scans and all that. I said, no, we ain't doing that. If there's something wrong with me, we're gonna find out the hard way. And I even went back down and tried to make 135 again and couldn't make the weight.
What weight you fought Marquez?
130.
At Marquez?
Marquez wouldn't fight me.
Oh, right. Okay, so.
He wouldn't fight me at 135. He wouldn't fight me. Pacquiao wouldn't fight me. I tried everybody, dude. I was going to go up and
Bradley,
fight Mayweather.
You can't fight Timothy Bradley either.
I fought Bradley at 140. He headbutted me in the face.
Oh, that's right. So did. Yep.
And Bradley, and dude, let me tell y'all something. Everybody, Bradley was, dude. I wasn't trying to win all the early round with Bradley. I was trying to win. I was trying to stay in the fight to around 4, 5, 6. That's why I was going to get him.
But Bradley was a bad boy, though.
Couldn't punch. Man, let me tell you something. Tim Bradley, he can't punch a time clock. He had all them pretty muscles and couldn't look, man. Let me tell you
that's what I call when you got all the muscles and can't punch.
Body beautiful.
I call them old fake ass muscles.
Boy, look here. He can't crush an egg with lead boots. And I'm being real.
So the headbutts threw you off. It was the headbutts that threw you off like that.
They thought that I had they thought there was blood behind my eye. I had to go to all these specialists, dude. I didn't fight for a long time. My eye still I had a black spot like I thought it was a black spot, but really what it was the lens. I got to go to a specialist too, as a matter of fact, for my eyes. But I thought that I wasn't going to ever get my vision back in that eye. I thought my career was over.
See, like how I said when we first started talking, how everything happened, you know, did everything in boxing.
But you know what? Boxing is that sport, man. You listen. I wrote a poem about boxing, and I said I said boxing is like the woman that is no good for us, but we can't let her go.
Right.
And for me, I can see perfectly. I can see well enough to fight. I just can't see small letters way across the street, that's 40s. That's what it is when you get in your 40s. I keep telling guys, they keep talking to me about Mike Tyson. I said, dude, Mike Tyson, if Mike Tyson really, really, really got in shape, I think he would have a shot with most of the guys that's fighting heavyweight now.
Right.
And that's scary.
But he won't have no shot with them giants.
I'm gonna give you one. If Mike Tyson hit their ass like he hit them mitts. All right, I'm just gonna leave that where I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. You ain't gotta like what I say, but this is right.
Now, if he hit him, that's gonna be a different story.
And he hit. Boy, let me tell you something. He hit Tyson Fury in that big fat ass stomach. You know what it is.
Tyson Fury is a great boxer.
Okay, that all. Okay. You notice I don't argue with nobody about their opinion no more. I'm like, all right.
Hey man, people be killing me talking about Tyson Fury is the best boxer. He's better than Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, man, y'all are crazy, man.
Well, let me explain something to you. That's a damn shame. And I heard Paulie Malignaggi, I'm gonna address this, made a statement that racism doesn't exist. Basically, he said something to that effect. He then said that the era of the black box is over. And I said to myself, you must be out your fucking mind. Ain't no such thing as the era of the black box is over.
Hey man, it sounds like you need to call him out.
Why? That's his opinion. And I love Paulie. Don't get me twisted.
No. I love we need Paulie. To call him out. We need to call him out for that.
So, well, I'm calling him out now. Steve Cunningham called him out. Dude, because at the end of the day, it's easy for a white, and I say this and I love him, but I have to say it. You can't say shit about racism if you white. You ain't never experienced it.
Right. Yeah.
You ain't never experienced it. Like it's just so much stuff I hear, and I look around when I hear it, I'm like, that's madness. Yeah. So for me, boxing is always the one thing about boxing has always been the great equalizer. Two men, two sets of gloves, a referee that will stay out of the way, and three impartial judges. Right. I hardly ever got that, but
right. You know, Did you ever fight overseas?
Oh yeah, I fought in Russia twice. I fought in Poland. I fought in Australia. I won the world title in Mexico.
Okay.
They tried to rob me for that. For
the fight in Mexico?
Yep.
Oh,
and guess what?
If you ain't knock them out, you lucky you got a decision.
And it was the judge from Florida that gave him the fight.
Yeah, because he was in Mexico. He wanted to get home.
If you'd have saw that fight, and I outthrew him in every round. I landed him in every round. Ain't no way he won no rounds.
Yeah.
But now, he made more money in the end than I did, so it don't make a difference.
Hey, what about my boy? You fought my boy. He was a cool dude. I forgot Kid Diamond.
I didn't have a beef with him. He just had something I wanted.
Yeah.
I ruined your boy. I didn't fight your boy. I ruined your boy.
Kid Diamond. He was a cool cat, man. He was a cool dude.
Hey, I didn't ruin. I ruined your guy. I ruined him.
Yeah,
And you know what? And you know why I did that? I was sadistic on purpose. In the build-up for the fight, everybody kept saying I was over, I was done. I had one foot in the grave, and there was no way that I was going to beat him. I jug at Don's house every time I see it. I send him the pictures of me bashing him up. I send him the picture of me with him pinned against the rope. I love Don's house, but I had to get that. That was vindication for me.
Yeah.
And they told me that this kid is going to kill you. I never forget. A lot of people don't know this. Jimmy Walter will tell you I did this. I wrote a letter to my daughter Jasmine, one to Janae, and one to Jay, and I wrote my will. I said, because the only way he gonna beat me is to kill me. And I told Jimmy I want to make sure that in the will I left it for Jimmy to give the money to my kid's mom and make sure every dime went to my family.
Yeah.
And make sure my daughters got every dime of that money.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, that was all I cared about. I said, but tonight, he got to be willing to fight, kill, or die. Because I'm here to fuck, fight, or see tail lights. That's what it's going to be about. Now, he got to make his mind up for which one it's going to be.
You are crazy, man.
But it's the truth. And when the bell rung, Mr. Jimmy Williams, God bless him, he's going on now, had told me he can't deal with you stepping around and popping over the shoulder. Yeah. And that's how I beat him. Yeah. So for me, I didn't see, I'm be honest with you, Kid Diamond was the scariest guy I ever fought.
Yeah, because he had that whole persona and his record.
Oh, God, I had seen him I saw him beat other guys. Oh, my God, I saw him beat my man Lamont Pearson. I saw him beat guys. And I didn't realize how good I was because I was like, damn, that dude just don't stop coming. And blah, blah, blah. And he looked like he could punch a little bit. And blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have, in my mind, I hadn't contemplated a plan to beat him. But yeah, I liked him as a person. I liked the way he fought. I loved the way that I love the fact that he stood up and he fought. He wasn't no pitter patter puncher. He came to fight. I expected that.
So all right, so listen. So you had a hell of a career. You had some great trainers. You had some great sparring partners, some great friends.
Shane Mosley was a sparring partner.
You had top promoters. You fought on some of the biggest stages. Which one was the highlight of your career?
Winning the title was a highlight of my career. Winning the title was no, there's only one title. I only won 3 world titles at one time.
No, I thought you came back. I thought you came back and won.
No, I didn't win another world title. I won other small titles, but world title, I won 3 world titles.
Okay.
I won the IBF, the WBA, and the WBO. Yeah, and that was the highlight of my professional career as a fighter. That was the thing that made me say, okay, yeah, I'm proud of this moment. And I was talking about it with one of my trainers yesterday. He was like, man, and new. He just kept saying, and new. He said every time he thought about it, he thought, and new.
Yeah.
And, but the highlight of my career, if you want to say of my whole career up to this point, was the day I stood on the dais and I was inducted into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame.
Okay, there you go. Say that.
When I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I couldn't stop. I could not cry. Yeah. I could not show because all the real people that started me were gone. My mama, my daddy, Pastor Willie Frank Robinson was gone. Wow. Frankie Menace, gone. Doc Williams, gone. Aaron Pryor, who I love, who I really want, I was going to fly out. That was my goal one day. I was going to fly. He was gone. And
wow.
But the one thing that was present in my life
was
boxing. And I'm gonna give you one. Brian Gary, who was one of the referees in the second Peden fight. Mm-hmm. He's a Florida Boxing Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. Frankie Menace, not Frankie Gentile. I used to sleep on his sofa, his day bed, when I was an amateur. When I first started, he was inducted with me. Mm-hmm. Chico Rivas used to match me. He was inducted with me. Mm-hmm. Nelson, I forget Nelson's last name. Fernandez. Nelson Fernandez, he was inducted with me. And these guys were all there when I was an amateur. They were there when I was an amateur.
Right.
The second guy I fought, I stopped him with one shot. And I won my first Florida Sunshine game. I knocked him out. He was covering for his book, his magazine.
Right.
And he was there.
Right.
About 20, 30 guys who I fought, pro and amateur, were there.
Right.
The guys Richard Hall, who I was stablemates with, was there. Yeah, man, I was there, man. I'm like, and I'm looking around, and my pitch is the biggest one on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And everybody jigging me to why your picture bigger than ours? I'm like, I didn't do that. Aaron Maselli Albert was there, and all these guys, and I realized when some of them would get up and they would cry, and I'm like, I ain't gonna cry. But then I got there and I thought how small I felt in that moment.
Yeah.
I felt so small in that moment. And I cannot forget because he called me and reminded me. Jaime Palmer, who was my brother, that's my baby brother. We were amateurs together, sleeping in the same room. He was on the cot and I was in the bed because I got there earlier. And you know how that works. Who get there first get to pick cot on the bed. And my feet was up, is down there, his feet was up here. And he said, bruh, we going to the Hall of Fame over in, we was at the Golden Gloves in Syracuse, New York. And he took us over to Canastota. And we went over there and I said, man, I just want to be I want to make the hall one day. But I want to be right down here at the bottom. And he said, Ed Brophy said, huh? Why? I said, because Ray Robinson's at the top. And I just want to be right down here at the bottom. I said, I don't want to be up top. I don't want to be in the mix. I just want to be down at the bottom so I can stand at their feet. I can kneel at their feet. And he kind of smiled. He said, wow. And Jaime looked at him and said, one day he's going to be world champion. He said, who is that? He said, Nate Campbell. He's going to be world champion one day. And I laughed about it because even then everybody was saying that, man. And I'm like, dude, I believed it, but I was still trying to figure it all out.
Right.
And when I was standing on that dais, I could feel my mother and my father's presence there.
Mm.
And my cousin Gianna was there, my cousin Linda, they were there. A lot of my other cousins was there. But the three most relevant things in my life, well, more than that, now my grandgirls was there. My granddaughters was there, and my daughters was there.
Wow.
And and my daughter stood up and said, yeah, Daddy. And my oldest daughter and my girl stood up. And I looked out in the crowd and I said, damn, this is what I did all this for. I did all this for them. I did all this, not for the child support payments and the fights and the court dates. Yeah. I was going to take care of them regardless, but that's why I did it. And I wanted to thank them, and I did, and I forgot to apologize. And so they said, so when you go into another Hall of Fame, you got to apologize. I said, yeah, I got to apologize. They said, why? I said, because being a fighter took me away from my girls a lot of times.
Right.
The whole reason I did it was not present. They weren't present. They're present now, but they weren't present all the time because I was away in training camp and I was here fighting and they're fighting. So that, for me, for my daughter to graduate college with 3 degrees, and
wow,
man, to tell me, she looked me in the face and tell me I'm the best basketball player in the house now, Daddy, in the family now, because you don't play no more.
Hey man, that's what's up, man. That's a blessing, man.
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. And you won't put me in none of your little movies. Look, I ain't asked for much, man. Just look, I'm like John Witherspoon. I'm gonna be like John. Y'all ain't playing no Al Green around here.
Hey, I keep telling you, I gotta see this comedy, man.
Look, man, you see it every day you talk to me. Every time you talk to me, you see it. Ain't nothing changed. I'm this dude on stage. I'm this dude on stage. I'm the same dude. I'm the same dude that's gonna say something so southern. You say, huh? What?
Yeah. Hey, the next movie, you in there, bro?
Nah, whatever, man. I want a sex scene with a fat girl.
Hey man, you crazy, man. But
I'm serious. I want a sex scene with a fat girl, man. I want a real fat girl. I want a fat girl that talk like she chewing when she got no food in her mouth. Yeah.
Hey man, you are stupid, boy.
All right.
So
I don't want to just jump out there with Halle Berry. I couldn't just jump out there with a Halle Berry type. I might be nervous.
Now you're gonna have to work your way up. All right, so let me ask you, what are you doing now?
I train private clients, man. That's really my thing. I was training fighters, but like you said, everything in the world has happened to me in boxing. But when that fat heavyweight left that ring, and you remember that, right?
What was that?
Remember the heavyweight, the bell rung, and he walked out the ring and walked.
Right.
I was in his corner. That pretty much broke my heart to the point I'm like, what? Dude, let me tell you something.
When he was going to fight the African dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
He done called me and made me leave all my clients. I lost $1,800 leaving the clients behind.
Right.
All to help him because I promised my old trainer, Doc, that I would. And I never forget what he said as he was coming down the steps. You know what he said as he was coming down the steps?
What?
I'm out of here. He kept walking. I swear to God on my grandkids. That's it. Hey, when he said, I'm out of here, I said, be willing to suffer. I tell every fighter, be willing to suffer.
Yeah.
Be willing to suffer. And dude, let me tell you something. I told a guy right now, I said, I'm willing to do the one thing I'm still willing to do if I ever made a comeback is suffer. I'm willing to suffer.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question. I forgot. DK, what was that like for you?
Don King?
Yes, sir.
He was the best promoter I ever had. I can't speak for Mike. I can't speak for Holyfield. He was the best promoter I ever had. That was a big promoter.
Yeah.
He was the best one I ever had. He was honest with me, told me what I was gonna get, and that's what I got.
Yeah.
What I negotiated for, if that's all I could negotiate him out of, that's what I got.
Well, you know one thing I heard Don King say when I was younger. He was arguing, I think it was with Larry Holmes. And no, he had argued with Larry Holmes previously, and he was talking to one of his friends, and he said, "Man, I don't know what he mad with me for. You get what you negotiate for."
Yeah, you get what you negotiate for. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Don King taught me more than anyone else ever taught me in life about business.
Yeah.
He said, one day, he said, look at Nate, let me tell you something. Liam, I need you to understand something, baby. He said, everybody talking about what it is, what it takes, what it's going to be. He said, I watch you punch with leverage. He said, you got to learn that's the most important thing in anything in the world, and especially business, leverage.
Yeah.
He taught me about leverage.
Yeah.
And he taught me about leverage, bro. And leverage.
So what's the one thing you walk away from boxing with?
Without thinking, it's easy.
Experience.
I walk away with experience, but I'm gonna tell you something more important than experience. When you think of my family's name, when you mention Nathaniel Campbell, you don't think of robbers, drug dealers, killers, drug addicts. You don't think of that. When you think of Angela Jones, you don't think of none of that stuff either. You think of world champion. I am tied. My family is tied to me, and I took our name and did something good with it.
Yes, sir.
And I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't like me. I don't care who mad at the way I did it. I did it the way I had to do it for my people. That's
right. Hey, man, that's outstanding, bro. And you did a hell of a job, man. And I'm proud of you, man. And I'm proud to be your partner, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, look here. If you, as my mama told me one time, she said, I love you like a rock, and that's hard.
All right, champ, man. You keep your hands up and stay on your feet, man.
Hey, all day, every day.
Yes, sir. I'll be
Hey, number 5 is your magic number. Remember that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
5. I want you to understand something about numerology. 5 is significant of grace. I need for you to understand that. This is your grace.
Yes, sir.
Act right. All right, bro.
All right, peace.
Next week, tune in the next episode of Tuesday Night Fight Talk. Hey, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, and share it.
Gotta stay focused, I will not lose. I got the mind of a champ. Undefeated like the champ. Well respected when you see me. The street treat me like a champ. Got my weight right like the champ.